a fight like this with Usman was always on the cards for you, right? It seemed like that was a fight that people wanted to see. It seems like a fight you wanted to see. Now to have it out there, it's booked. How good does it feel to know you're going up against
Man, I mean, for real, it's just like, it's a dream come true. Because it was something that we was hunting for, right? It was a big call out, you know, and I know that we was, you know, taking a chance on even just making the call out, because I didn't think that man was going to actually take the fight. But, you know, Dana White, Hunter, you know what I mean, TKO, UFC, they did their thing, man. They made this fight happen. And to be honest with you, I think it was the fans. I really think it was the fans that really kind of pushed them to get that fight and to make it happen, especially when I made that poll, right? Talking about Leon, talking about Belal. But, man, when I said Usman name, boy, they cheered like crazy. So I really think it was the fans, man, that really got me that fight.
He is considered one of the best in this division's history, right? Like a former champion, one of the greats. Is it for you to have that name on your resume? That's something that you'll have forever. Does that excite you? Does that motivate you in training?
Yeah, I think the position they could have put me in, right, where you see JDM fighting for a title, I'm glad they didn't give me that opportunity, because I really did want Kamaru Usman on my resume, right? And obviously we see he's 0-3, right? Got knocked out by Leon, lost to Leon, and then lost to Hamzat. But don't get it twisted. I feel like the Kamaru Usman that I'm going to fight is going to be the best version. So the one that was on a damn near on a 16-fight winning streak, right? One of the GOATs, you know, that would have been cemented at welterweight. I feel like this version right here is going to be the best one because he took a whole year to prepare. And he said he wasn't going to go back into the octagon unless he was ready. So you already know it's going to be a dog fight. Let's get it.
It's funny about the 0-3 thing, right? Do you think people see that on paper and it kind of does him a disservice, right? Because the first loss to Leon, he won 24 minutes of the fight.
Right.
The second one, fair enough. And then the Hamzat fight was 10 days, and he still did really well at the end of that fight too. So do you think the 0-3 thing, people could get confused by that and not think of him as...
Yeah, very confused. So don't get it twisted. Kamaru Usman is finna step in there and try to get back to his belt. Right? But nah, dog, you had your chance, you had your opportunity. And I feel like it's like a little flashback, right? He took the belt from our St. Louis own Tyrone Willie, right? 314, shout out to that. And took that belt from St. Louis. So I got to get it back for us. So Kamaru Usman, he in my way to go get that title. So we're going to shut it down.
Plans change, but has the UFC told you you win this one, belt time?
No, they haven't told me anything, but yet again, it's on the fans, right? I do what I do, and I perform how I know I can perform. And y'all see every person I fought that was ranked, I knocked them out. I don't think it's going to be no different, especially with Usman. And as much as he's preparing or feels ready, I just don't think he can withstand the power that I'm going to deliver. And I'm going to stand right there in front of him. Like, I'm not backing up. I'm not doing any of that. Like, we finna fight.
There's a little bit of background there, right? Because Ian Garry kind of went on an interview this week. He said some things. He said, you know, Joaquin Buckley can barely speak English. He said,
Right. So the reason why he don't understand me is because I don't speak Cucanese. You understand? So I can understand why he didn't understand me the first time. But, you know, when I was out there and, you know, he doing his weigh-ins, you know, and I'm not trying to get into his head or nothing like that, but when you talk like when you talk like that, don't act like when you see me like I'm invisible. You talking about me, you saying my name, holla at me. Let me know something. But, you know, his girl, very protective, protecting her man, you know what I'm saying, using the baby like a shield, whatever, but it just is what it is, you know. But I really want to see what, you know, Ian Garry is about and just what he had to say to me in person, and he was real quiet.
So what did you make of that reaction then that you got from him? Because we saw, I think the security tried to escort him off the stage, and he kind of stood there and he...
I mean, nothing happened. I mean, his girl was touching on my arm and stuff like that, you know what I mean, caressing my arm. I didn't know what all that was about, but... I feel like, you know, security, you know, they got to do their job because they just never know how fighters going to react, you know. So, you know, shout out to them. But, you know, for me, I just want to promote and have a conversation because if we really going to get down, let's get paid for it at the end of the day.
Obviously, the title in your division is going to be decided next month. How do you see that one playing out?
Man, I'm going to keep it a buck and I'm going to keep it 100. Belal should not lose this fight. And if he lose, I'm going to think he lost on purpose. But I know Belal is a tough fighter, and I know he's a strategic fighter, and I know he's going to do whatever it takes to win. JDM also has power, but he gets tired, and to me, not the smartest fighter. When we seen him fight Gilbert Burns, which, yet again, Gilbert Burns was, for 4 rounds, right, controlling him the whole time. Just got caught with a knee, right? So Belal just got to be smart, got to be intelligent, just don't get caught. But we already know who's trying to come up and take that 170 spot. And be honest with you, he need to hold up and wait because that's my belt. So we need Belal to get this win so I can go ahead and take the title from him, and then whoever want to move up, come holler at your boy Buck.
Last one for me, obviously very crowded at the top of the division. Sean Brady just got the big win against Lee.
Man, ain't nobody talking about Sean Brady. He ain't doing nothing.
That's what I was going to ask. Sean and Ian went back and forth this week. Do you think that...
Well, first off, I can't talk about somebody that still got me blocked.
Yes,
So go ahead, next question, baby.
Why do you think he blocked you?
Huh?
Why does he have you blocked?
He's scary. He don't want to fight me.
Right now,
The
Brady's
weight
puppy.
of the names that I fought cannot be matched. You talking about from Vicente Luque and how I did him. You talk about from Wonder Boy and how I knocked him out. And you talk about Kobe Covington and shutting him up. The most talkative person that's on the roster, and he ain't say nothing while we was out there. And now Kamaru Usman, who could have arguably went down as a GOAT. Once I do what I do to him, and then y'all seen what Hamza, that boy was struggling with him for 3 rounds. Once I do what I know I can do to Kamaru Usman, there's no denying me. Y'all got to give me my belt. I'm taking that throne by force.